Hello everybody and welcome to episode 9 of Let's Play Republic the Revolution. Today we are returning to our previous goal of taking over Morozov Manor decisively. Although the casino is in our hands, we nonetheless need to push our support ever so slightly higher to the level of 80%. In the meantime, we also need to go for the slightly less ambitious goal of stopping the NPRM from imploding. Seeing that half of our movement has a very low morale. Regardless, it is important for us to press on. And it will hopefully be so that our actions will be more successful. That they will bear fruit, and that we will be able to take utter advantage of them. Now it appears that the Mafia has made its way into Koroliev Court, judging by the presence of Bogdan Rachinsky. And the Church of Novi Strana is also working against us in Lizitsky Towers. It appears that our fragile position is falling apart even further. We need to strike back as quickly as possible. Which is why we will eventually send good old Oleg Baturin back to Lizitsky Towers to combat the church. We will also end up sending Nazarov to Turbina Park. But first, I appear to have gained a level. So let's upgrade my skills. I'm not sure which one to go for. I believe that the rally would be a good idea since we need as many support gaining actions as possible. Meanwhile, I'll boost my control and charisma and presence ever higher. And I'm not sure which one to go for next. I think charisma would be the best. Now let's check the faction screen. We have yet to speak to Nazarov or Churbanov. And the situation is growing worse and worse. We need to take a decisive move right here and right now. We need to arrange a chat with these members of our movement, with these lieutenants, if I can say so myself, so that we can guarantee the further health, the further success of the NPRM in its revolutionary struggle. Otherwise, our movement will be doomed. The church is working against us even more fiercely. This is very, very bad news. I will have to send more of our men to canvas. But in the meantime, large headlines. What are they? Apparently the Ekaterine Casino is expanding its operations. It wants to become a greater source of revenue, probably because it is now under the decisive control of the NPRM. We now have a secure source of revenue. This is a magnificent success. Now we need to make a deal with Mr. Oleg Brilin to bring this entire affair under our control. We could meet with him in a Georgian cafe Or perhaps somewhere else, I don't know. Somewhere that's hopefully of a slightly higher quality. Since we are dealing with very large sums of money. I think that Cafe Georgia would be good enough. We'll use our conversational skills to make sure that all goes well. In the meantime, the socialists are on the verge of taking Lizitsky Towers. This is decisively terrible. And we cannot allow this to continue. I feel as though our movement is undermanned. We simply do not have enough manpower to spread across the entire city to get our work done. So let's cancel our actions in Korolyev Court. We'll bid a temporary retreat from that area. It will boost our points as well. But for a second, we'll leave that aside. And meet up with Mr. Brilin. I hope that he'll be glad to accept 400 Novistranen rubles, or whatever the currency is. I can't really tell by his body language, though I'm unsure if this will be successful or not. I believe I'll have to charm him with my eloquent speaking skills first. I'll have to persuade him the good old-fashioned way. We'll use the art of the deal to clinch this entire affair. This should hopefully be a success. If not, we'll simply offer him more money the next time. We could go up to 500 rubles if we have to, although I'd rather not injure the movement's finances so badly. So let's play our points quickly. We'll go for the same old formula as always, the 1-2-0-13. Because although at the beginning it appears that we lose, or that we're bound to lose, we're always able to use this technique to turn it around. Either way, there's a very high threshold necessary for Mr. Brilliant to win this conversation. One which I doubt that he'll achieve. Since our one is 27 and his is 74. We're practically on the verge of triumphing already. So here we go, the decisive point. We have proven successful. We have done it for the sum of 400 rubles. Perhaps a larger one in actual money, but I don't know. 400 units of Novistranen whatevers. We have clinched the deal with Oleg Brilin, owner of the Katerine's casino. This will hopefully bring a very good source of revenue for the NPRM, and if we do have any illicit funds, we should be able to launder them through this casino. All is boding well. Our dealings do appear to be growing ever shadier by the day, however. But this happens with every revolutionary movement. You start out starry-eyed, with great ideals. But as you march onwards towards your victory, the struggle necessitates that you adapt, that you abandon some of your principles, that you give in to certain opportunities, so that you may achieve the ultimate victory. It's unfortunate, and I do not enjoy the fact but it's true. Now let's see what the newspapers are saying. New faction causes mass starvation, according to the Novistranen Church. Apparently, the NPRM, according to the filthy liars within the church, are saying that we are producing false ration cards. This is fake news, 100%. I cannot allow such obnoxious journalism to continue. In the meantime, we have also become the clear favorites as investors in the casino. We need to take out Mr. Morris. Now let's see what we have to do here. We have to publicize the casino, get 60% support in districts surrounding Morozov Manor. That is easier said than done. In the meantime, our good friend Baturin has regained support for us in the areas around Lizitsky Towers. And we will get him to work further to destroy the credibility of the socialists. Now we need to track down whoever has been writing those slanderous articles. I'm not sure who it is, though I believe that it is Moritz Kalmakov. And I cannot allow him to continue these activities. We need to intimidate him, and to take him out. But so far, we unfortunately lack the necessary points to do so. This will all change in the near future, hopefully. Until then, we will continue to expand our revolutionary activities, while also dropping Mr. Nasarov's actions in Korolev port. We need him to work on expanding our position in Turbina Park. Meanwhile, the latest rankings are in, and we continue to be far ahead of the Union of Socialist Workers, as well as all other factions in Ekateri. We appear, judging by this graph, to have almost half of the city under our control. Things keep getting better and better, if you ask me. We've also got to persuade Mr. Churbanov to join us. Now we'll have to basically anoint Mr. Churbanov into our movement once more. Which shouldn't be too hard, if you ask me. It's just very, very long... Well, it's very, very time demanding, that's what it is. It takes a long time to get it done. Because we have all of these activities. So many. And yet none of them are taking place. Not a single one. And we're losing Turbina Park because of it. We're losing everything because of it. It's a goddamn pain in the ass. That's what it is. Because we only have 2 members that are actually doing anything at all to support the movement. It's completely and utterly shameful. And I will not allow it. We'll be using all of our influence points to hold Lizitsky Towers, after which we should be able to launch an influence offensive in the town center and Voronezh fields. First we'll persuade Artem Churbanov, remind him of the good of the cause, and thereby to get him to become a zealous member of our movement once more. We're losing ground all across the city. We are overstretched, and this is too obvious. We need to be cautious and careful now. The resolve of Mr. Churbanov is up, perhaps sufficiently that he may persuade Comrade Nazarov to become active within the movement once more. What's clear anyway is that we need to get back into action, and quickly. I need to hold more rallies, to establish more activities, to continue to organize. I don't understand how I failed to anoint Mr. Nazarov. We need to try again. Because when you fail, you must try, and try again. Otherwise, everything will be in vain. We need to bring our resolve up to improve our activities, become stronger and stronger. And I notice why we are losing our support. We have moved towards wealth when it comes to actions. We are becoming more and more of a capitalistic movement, and this is exactly what I loathe. Or at least that's what it appears to be. I know for sure that Mr. Churbanov is an arch-capitalist. Or an arch-capitalist. I do not know how to pronounce that word, so I will try my best. Anyway, we're gaining support rapidly in Lizitsky Towers, although it is not enough. We've got to strengthen our position, since we are losing control of Kandinsky Gardens and the town center. Our movement appears to be falling apart at the seams. And I, for once, am afraid. It also appears that we have been targeted by vandals. At least here. Which is very, very annoying, since it is hurting our support by quite a lot. And we're continuing to lose our control over Lizitsky Towers as well. All I can say is curses. I want to beat the crap out of Moritz Kalmakov. But I have no idea whatsoever how to do it. Now let's enter day 27. Churbanov is getting more and more doubtful, and the movement is effectively falling apart. Well, isn't it all just magnificent? We can't allow this. We must continue to organize activities to strengthen our movement in every way possible. The Novistranen People's Revolutionary Movement must be saved, since it is in a very critical situation. Now what's going on here? I noticed an interesting activity, but I can't figure out what it is. So let's get back to our old activities. We've got to continue consolidating our control, to continue to gain ground, to surround Morozov Manor, and thereby to become stronger as a movement. But crap, is it hard to do. Especially when half of the movement is disloyal. This is unacceptable. We must break this Mr. Moritz. We will break his kneecaps once we have the opportunity. He is a filthy piece of trash. An enemy of the revolution. An enemy of the people. And he will live to regret his birth. Our movement continues to grow weaker due to the activities of the church. This cannot and will not be permitted, not on my watch. We need to continue to expand our activities, to become ever more powerful, ever more influential. And most importantly of all, to take Mr. Kalmakov out. To show him how we do things in the NPRM. If the church wants to play dirty, I am happy to oblige. Today's rankings are very, very negative indeed. We are falling behind all of our rivals, thanks to those accursed members of the Orthodox Church. They shall burn in hell for this. Although they have been completely ejected from the political scene, they continue to publish trash about our movement, while the socialists are cruising ahead. This is a clear sign of collusion, if ever I've seen one. Crap! Churbanov has left the movement, and Nazarov is starting to doubt his membership. That's it. That is absolutely it. We are going to take radical action. It is now or never. If we can't do it now, we will never be able to do it. If we cannot triumph now and here, the entire NPRM will fall apart. We've got to act fast. We've got to act swiftly and decisively, once and for all. It is now or it is never. Unfortunately, however, we do not have enough time in this episode to take this radical course of action. And so I will be leaving it to the next episode. And I'll be putting an end to this one around now. I have been the Nerd Gamer. Thank you very much for watching. If you have been enjoying the series so far, do not forget to leave a like and a comment and to subscribe to my channel, as well as to tune in next time to the very next episode of Let's Play Republic the Revolution. Thank you once again for watching, and goodbye for now.